Hello everyone, it's Jefford from Rubik's Academy. So today we are going to talk about the act of short selling a stock. Now, when we short sell, when we use the word short sell a stock, basically what we are trying to say is that we're trying to sell a stock even when we don't have any shares yet. Okay, now let me just demonstrate that. Okay, so there are two ways of selling shares, right? So remember, one share is one unit of a stock. And the stock itself is the unit of representation of a company. Okay? So, let's say we want to sell shares. There are two ways to do it, right? The first way is, we call it an exit sell. Now, what is an exit sell? An exit sell is basically selling when you have the shares. This is what we call an exit sell. The second way is to do a short sell. When we say short sell, you're trying to sell when you do not have the shares. Okay, that's the biggest difference between the two types of selling. All right, at least when it comes to just interacting with the stock or the shares itself. Okay, we're not talking about derivatives here. We'll talk more about what is derivatives. But derivatives is basically external derived interactions with the stock. You're not interacting directly with the stock. You're interacting with another representation of the share. Okay, so just to revise, okay, you have a company, the representation of the company is a stock, okay, and one unit of a stock is a share. Now, below the level share, there is still something else, okay? But right now, when we talk about short selling, you are interacting with the financial market at the shares level. All right, at the shares level. Okay, so that we'll talk more about this in the future lessons. Okay, what can still be below shares, right? Never mind, let's leave that out for now. Focus on shares as of now. Okay, now how do you short sell shares? How do you sell something that you don't have? The answer is actually pretty simple. It's pretty simple, right? It's a pretty simple concept. So I want you to imagine that this is the chart of a particular stock. Let's call the stock GLZ. Right, this is the ticker symbol for the stock GLZ. Jack's Lemon Zest. Okay, whatever. All right. So, of course, this is time, and this is price. All right, time and price. So, the thing with short selling is this: it can be extremely dangerous. It can be extremely dangerous because you're trying to sell something that you don't have. And the only way to sell something that you don't have is you borrow it from other people to sell. Now, what does that mean? Okay, so for example, this is the stock, and the stock price goes to maybe $5. Okay, and this guy called John. Okay, this guy called John. At this point, okay, he bought maybe 500 shares, or to make it easy, 200 shares. Okay, he bought 200 shares. Now, there's another guy or another lady, okay, another lady called Alice. Now, Alice wants to short sell this stock, but so she doesn't have any shares. What she will do is that she will borrow the shares from John. And sometimes these borrowed shares, we call them scripts, which is the term that a lot of the professionals use, the fund managers use when they communicate with each other. But take note that when it comes to language, it is also culturally based. So maybe where you are, I don't know which country you may be in as you're watching this video. YouTube is international. Wherever you are, they may not use this term. Alright, just a disclaimer. So these borrowed shares, they are called scrips. So Alice will borrow the shares from John. Alright, let's say she borrows all the shares that John has. So she borrows 200 shares. Okay, now at this point on John's terminal, he can still see that he is holding on to 200 shares. So these arrangements happen behind the screen. Okay, these arrangements happen at the back end. The broker platform, the brokerage platform will facilitate these arrangements at the back end. As far as John is concerned, he is still holding on to the shares. Okay, now, so Alice borrows these 200 shares from John and she decided to sell them away. Okay, because Alice thinks that the price of this stock called JLZ will drop further. She thinks that it will drop further. It will drop below 5 USD. So she sells everything away at 5 USD. So the moment John buys, Alice sells away everything. So how much does Alice get in terms of monetary value? She gets 200 multiplied by 5, which is 1000. This is the amount of money that she gets. Okay. Now let's say things go according to her way. Things go according in her favor. What will happen is you will see the price really dropping, right? Maybe the price goes down to 3 USD. So at 3 USD, okay, Alice decides to exit the position. So what will she do? She borrowed 200 shares from John. Now she has to return the 200 shares. Okay? So what she will do is she will buy back the shares from the market at 3 USD each. So if she buys back 200 shares at 3 USD each, what is the cost that she incurs? She incurs 600 USD in terms of cost. So as you can see, her cost of acquiring the shares is less than the profit, the gross profit that she made from selling the shares. So her net profit would be her net profit will be 1000 minus away 600 minus away any admin fees. Let's say the administrative fee is 10 USD, minus away an overnight interest. Let's say she short sells the shares and she doesn't cover her position within the day. She only covers it the next day. So there's an overnight interest which John and the brokerage will share. They will share this interest that Alice has to give. So overnight interest, let's say, is another 10 USD. So in total, her net profit is 380 USD. This is her net profit. Okay? So this is how you make money when you short sell. But this is assuming everything goes your way. What if after borrowing the shares or the scripts, things do not go Alice's way? What will happen? Let me show you what will happen. Okay? What will happen if things don't go her way? Okay? Now, let's say things don't go her way. Okay? And the price continues to go up. The price goes up to 10 USD. Now what will happen here? Let's say it goes back to 10 USD and Alice says that, okay, enough is enough. I'm going to exit this trade. I'm going to cover my position. I'm going to buy back the shares that I borrowed from John. So instead of using 3 USD to buy each share, because of the fact that the price of the stock has gone up, because of the fact that the price of the shares has gone up, now Alice has to use 10 USD to buy each share back. So what is the cost of acquisition? She has to take 200 times 10, which will give her a grand total of 2,000. Right, 2,000 USD. And what is her total loss? Okay, she would have made a loss. Her total loss is 2,000 plus 10 because of the administrative fee. Remember, whether the market goes in your favor or against your favor, you have to pay these fees. Plus another 10 because she held a position overnight. Minus away, okay, the money that she got when she first sold the shares, which is 1,000, will get you, okay, it will get you 2020 minus 1,000 is 1,020. So this is a net loss. This is a net loss. She lost $1,020. Now, what is the observation that you can make from what I just demonstrated? The observation that you can make is this: short selling is extremely dangerous and it is not recommended for new amateurs or new entrants to the market. It is not recommended for newbies, because what if the price does not stop at 10 USD? What if the price continues to go up to maybe say 50 USD? Right? At least would have lost a lot of money. Okay? Now remember this: a stock can go up in price indefinitely, but it can only go down in price definitely. Definitely to what? Definitely to 0.00. This is the smallest unit of a positive number, right? Which is 0. And sometimes sometimes it will not go to 0. The exchange will delete the share even before it goes to 0. So in other words, if you do short selling, your potential loss is infinite, because you do not know how much the price of the stock can go up by. But if you do long, if you just buy the shares and keep it, at least whatever money you have put into the shares, let's say you put $10,000, you know that the worst outcome will be just 0. So 10,000 is the maximum loss that you will incur. Alright? And that is why short selling is extremely dangerous. Okay? And that is it for short selling. Right? Very slightly longer lesson because I have to explain the mechanics. But actually it's a very simple concept, and sometimes simplicity is not the best thing, because when it's so simple, anybody can do it. And when anybody can do it, if they don't do it with the right mentality, if they don't do it with the right technique, they end up getting burned. They end up getting into debt. Okay, because the price of the stock can go up in a unlimited fashion, right? So that is it for short selling. If you have any more questions, you can PM me. You can attend the full complete foundation course. It's very cheap, right? Only for a limited time. Or if you want further interaction with the trainers here at Rubik's Academy, or with the other experts from their own organizations on Rubik's Academy platform, you can download our mobile app. Just search Rubik's Academy. All right, simple. Okay, our app is like a Grab or Uber, but for booking lessons instead of booking cars. Okay, that is the simplest explanation that I can give. You can book any kind of lesson with our app. Alright, so that's it. Thank you very much. My name is Jefford Lim. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. I have tried my best to paint it in a simple fashion as far as possible, so that even the layman, even the new people to this industry can understand the dangers of short selling. I repeat, short selling is not recommended for newbies. Alright, thank you very much. My name is Jefford Lim from Rubik's Academy. Thank you.